Okay, so in this video I will be discussing two things. One is the market equilibrium and the other is preferred stock. So market equilibrium is that point where your intrinsic value and your stock price are equal. So the intrinsic value that you have estimated is equal to your stock price. In equilibrium, stock prices are stable and there is no general tendency for people to buy versus to sell. So the recommendation even given by the analysts at that this point is to hold the stock and wait and see what happens in the future. At this point, expected returns must equal required return. So there's a difference between expected return and required return. Expected return is what you think that the stock will give you in the future, whereas required return is the minimum return that is required by investors. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल आप एक्सपेक्ट करते हो कि एक स्टॉक देगा 15% का रिटर्न, लेकिन जो रिक्वायर्ड रिटर्न है वो है 10%. सो दिस इज़ द मिनिमम रिटर्न. इतना तो इन्वेस्टर्स को चाहिए, इट इज़ देयर रिक्वायरमेंट. अगर 10% का रिटर्न नहीं मिल एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे तो वो ये स्टॉक परचेज़ नहीं करेंगे, बिकॉज वो एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि ये स्टॉक फ्यूचर में 15% का रिटर्न देगा. दे विल बी विलिंग टू परचेज दिस स्टॉक, so they will buy the stock. Similarly, if expected return है let's say 7%, ना उनकी मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट तो अभी भी 10% है, रिक्वायर्ड रिटर्न उनका 10% है, लेकिन नाउ दी एक्सपेक्ट हो सकता है मार्केट इकॉनमी ख़राब हो गई हो कि ये स्टॉक सिर्फ और सिर्फ 7% का ही रिटर्न दे पाएगा. इन दिस सिचुएशन दे विल सेल ऑफ द स्टॉक. And again, when both of them are equal, so their requirement was 10% and they also expect कि stock 10% का ही return देगा. In this situation, they will give the recommendation to hold the stock. So जब market equilibrium में होती है, जब stock को hold कर रहे होते हैं, उस वक्त expected और required return equal होते हैं. Now the expected return are determined by estimating dividend and expected capital gain. So you know the expected return formula, which was this, plus capital gains yield. This formula gives you the expected return. Required returns are determined by estimating risk and applying the Kappa model. Again, this is something you will study in financial management. So you do not need to know how do we calculate the required rate of return. For you, when the market is in equilibrium, the required return will equal the expected return. So both will be equal. The required return will be equal to the expected return. Now, how is the market equilibrium established? For this, let's look at some examples. So I'm going to open a note. So let's assume that the intrinsic value, the one with the hat is the intrinsic value of the stock is 150 and the stock price is 100. In this situation, the stock is undervalued because the intrinsic value, the true value is 150, but the stock is currently trading in the market for 100. And when this is the situation, the recommendation is given that you should buy the stock. This recommendation is given because if you buy the stock right now, you can buy it for 100. Later on, the price will go on to 150. You will get a 50 gain. So when everybody starts to buy this stock, what will happen? The demand for this stock will go up. And once the demand for the stock goes up, the price of the stock will start to go up. So the price will start to increase. It will go to 120, then 130, and then it will go to 150, which is the intrinsic value. So it will become equal to this. The price will keep on increasing until it reaches its intrinsic value. Similarly, let's take another situation. Again, the intrinsic value of the stock is, let's say, 70 now, and the current market price of the stock is still 100. Over here the recommendation is given to sell the stock because it is overvalued. The stock's intrinsic, the true value is 70, but the stock is currently trading at 100. So this stock, this is not intrinsic value, this is the actual market price. So actual market price is actually greater than the true value. So stock की प्राइस 100 से 70 की तरफ जाएगी. रिमेंबर, स्टॉक हमेशा इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू की तरफ कन्वर्ज होगा, वापस जाएगा. स्टॉक की प्राइस हमेशा यहीं वापस जाती है. तो स्टॉक की प्राइस 100 से 70 जाएगी. सो रिकमेंडेशन इज़ गिवन टू सेल. अभी सेल कर दिया तो 100 रुपीज़ मिल जाएंगे, वरना फिर फ्यूचर में आपको सिर्फ 70 रुपीज़ मिलेंगे. सो वंस एवरीबडी स्टार्ट्स टू सेल दी स्टॉक्स, जब सेल ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, यानी कि सप्लाई ज़्यादा हो गई और डिमांड इस वक्त कम हुई हुई है. When the supply is more, everybody starts to sell and the demand is less because it is an overvalued stock. कम लोग खरीद रहे होंगे. In this case, the stock price will start to go down. जब किसी चीज़ की डिमांड कम हो जाती है और सप्लाई ज़्यादा हो जाती है तो प्राइस नीचे आना शुरू होती है. जैसे कि अगर ऑयल की सप्लाई बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाए तो ऑयल की प्राइस नीचे की तरफ आना शुरू हो जाती है. सो वंस द सप्लाई इज़ देयर, द प्राइस विल स्टार्ट टू गो डाउन एंड इट विल गो डाउन अंटिल इट रीचेस द इक्विलिब्रियम वंस अगेन. प्राइस कम होती चली जाएगी जब तक मार्केट इक्विलिब्रियम में नहीं पहुंचती. और जब मार्केट इक्विलिब्रियम में पहुंच जाएगी फिर स्टॉक प्राइस यहाँ आके एक कांस्टेंट लेवल के ऊपर आ जाएगी, जब तक इन्वेस्टर्स को नहीं लगेगा कि स्टॉक फिर से ओवर या अंडर वैल्यूड है. सो दिस इज़ हाउ द मार्केट रीचेज द इक्विलिब्रियम एवरी टाइम. Now moving on to preferred stock. Preferred stock is a hybrid security, so it has some features of loan and it has some features of an equity. So like bonds, preferred stockholders receive a fixed dividend. इनका dividend fixed होता है, that must be paid before dividends are paid to common stockholders. However, companies can omit preferred dividend payments without fear of pushing the firm into bankruptcy. So अगर इनका डिविडेंड फिक्स्ड होता है, लेकिन अगर कंपनी को लॉस हो रहा है दे कैन स्किप दी प्रेफर्ड डिविडेंड एज वेल और कंपनी बैंकरप्ट नहीं होती. व्हेयरएज इंटरेस्ट की पेमेंट अगर स्किप हो जाए तो कंपनी बिकम्स बैंकरप्ट. Now this is an example that if the preferred stock with an annual dividend of 5, so the dividend is 5, okay, I'm going to use this notation, sorry, and sells for 50. So the price of the stock is 50. What is the preferred stock's expected return? So it's asking you what is the return. The preferred stock is calculated through the perpetuity formula. Remember, we already did this when the growth rate is 0. When your dividend is fixed, so your dividend is not going to fluctuate. In preferred stock, your dividend is already fixed. It's not going to fluctuate. So you can use the zero growth stock formula, which is D over R. So the dividend is 5. You do not know what the rate is, and this is 50. This will multiply on that side. 50R is equals to 5. And this will become R is equals to 5 over 50. So this will become 0.1. R is 10%. The required rate of return is 10%. And these are the references for the chapter.